Alright, I am back with another Destiny 2 video. Confession, I almost just didn't make a video today because I was so concentrated on grinding Witch Queen after reset that I didn't want to stop and actually make a video. So what we're going to do today is some multitasking. I'm going to talk about reset stuff that happened and also farm one of the many possible chest routes I have in order to get... So I'm not funnel web farming. I am trying to get my third red scout rifle point of inquiry. I have two of these. There's a lot of good rolls on that. I really like the way it feels, but I cannot get the third one. Evie is going to chew on her bottle because that is, of course, what she does when I'm starting a video. So we will see how long that lasts. Don't want to take the bottle away from her. That would be pretty cruel, and I've gotten yelled at before for doing that, so I will let her munch away. We just got her a new collection of bottles, so there's a lot for her to chew on there. Always worth killing these guys. They will drop funnel webs sometimes, and that will be a steady hand frenzy one. So interesting. I mean, you want the subsistence frenzy, but I have a killing wind frenzy. I'll try this out just to see kind of how it feels, because I'm a little curious. And this obviously works with volatile rounds too. Steady hands is the one that gives you handling on, I think, everything. So if you get a kill and then you have like instant swap speed and I forget all in the buff last, but I guess we're about to find out. Before you tell me that my chest route is not as efficient as the one where you just run back and forth between two chests, I know. I just think this one's a little more interesting, and I enjoy doing it more. This is one I kind of just found myself that I didn't really look up on YouTube or anything, and this is just what I've been running, and it's served me pretty well so far. You can see if you like it or not, but okay. So for actual reset stuff, as expected, we had a new battleground today, which is in the Cosmodrome. They kind of did some interesting things with this. So first of all, there's this like weird battering ram thing that has like a piece of like, it's like a fallen tank, I think, with a piece of hive architecture on it, and it acts as like a battering, like an energy cannon battering ram thing. So you have to escort that. A lot of slow escorting payloads this season. That seems to be a new thing they like. I guess it's better than orb dunking. So I'm okay with that. And then you fight a lot of enemies in a pretty tightly packed room, which is interesting. And then you fight the villain this week is a Lucent Knight, so obviously a Void Shield person, and that's you have to capture and then take them to be imprisoned. So what actually happens now is there is a new part of the helm that is in the very back where you have a little cutscene with Crow and Saladin where it's like a scion hooked up to a machine, and then there are the two captured things in there. There's a couple random thralls in there, which is interesting. And I do not remember the sequence in this. I think the last one I have down by now, but we're going to see if this works. Nope, okay, this might take a while. Oh, never mind, got it. Okay, so the idea here is, all right, well, got a red Forensic Nightmare, which I have all the other red frames I need, besides obviously the Wellspring ones. So I really just need that point of inquiry. Last time I was recording myself getting the other half, so hopefully my stream luck carries over here. Saladin and Crow are having a dispute essentially about how nice to be to the Hive. Crow wants to know if like the captured Hive are in pain, because I think he views them as like kind of new guardians, like he was just a new guardian. And you know Crow, he's always like got empathy for everyone, and like the Elixni he had like a lot of empathy for. Meanwhile Saladin's like, I like the sound that Hive make when you crack them open, and everyone's like, oh god. So this actually leads into a pretty elaborate, this might be one of the longest animated cutscenes in that animated style I've seen them do, where it's Saladin telling a story about the Dark Ages where he went to a village, and there was a young girl he caught stealing from the village, and instead of punishing her, he went and murdered a bunch of bandits that had put her up to stealing in the first place. And he comes back years later, everyone in the village is dead, and the little girl is now a warlord. And then he kills her, and the lesson is something about be careful who you give mercy to, or like have mercy on the victims of the people you show mercy to, something like that. I don't really know the exact point he's trying to make here with Crow in the Hive, but it gave me a lot of like Jonathan Kent in Man of Steel, like Clark, maybe you should have let all the kids in the bus drown, die, like that kind of energy, which doesn't really land. Like that was a very strange moment in that movie. It was a really good cutscene. I just don't really quite know what he was going for with that story. Like, yes, Crow, I should have murdered the little girl. Like, that's the lesson I will always carry with me. Maybe I should read more into that. But it was a good cutscene. I wondered if that was going to end up being like an Iron Lord, like the woman, like Ephrodite or something. But I don't know Ephrodite's backstory. But like presumably, if you die and get resurrected by a ghost, you could have all your memories wiped, and then you're not a evil person anymore, just like Crow. So I don't know who that was supposed to be. I'll ask Bife or something, but I assume that was just kind of a random person and not like meant to be an Iron Lord or something. So, or Aphrodite. I forget how many female Iron Lords there are, but so it was a good story nonetheless. And then there are some radio messages. So Zavala talks to you about they're setting up this area in the Helm to like interrogate the Cabal, or not Cabal, the Hive, who are stockpiling light for reasons. We don't exactly know why they're doing that, but can't be for anything good. Where? Oh, it's back here. See, they glow. You can see them. So we don't know what they're doing, but like collecting a bunch of light for like shady reasons is probably not a good thing. So we really want to make sure that nothing super bad happens. We have one more, I assume there's one more battleground because we have to capture a witch, and that will be the end. There appear to be only, where's the quest screen? So we're already step at 11 through 28. So I don't know how many more weeks. I think we were at step 7 before this, so maybe this is like 6 weeks or so of story. I can't do the math right there really quick. But somewhere around that. I think there's at least 10 weeks of getting new insight drops, as in, these guys are going to freaking shoot me if I don't kill them, so pardon my detour. All right, good to go. So I think there's like, 10 weeks until we get all the pieces of the puzzle for insight and stuff, but this is a 3-month season, so I know that, did I mess this up? I think so. Nope, got it. Okay. And another Forensic Nightmare. Stop giving me these. So at this point, I'm like, yeah, I'm just saving red frames because I like have too many of them. Yeah, so we'll throw those in the vault. I'm not saving any rolls of stuff I know I'm going to end up crafting. I just don't see a point because if you use them, they don't add to anything. I have some infusion to do, but we'll do that later. Now we do it again. Again, I know there's probably more efficient routes, but this at least you do like different puzzles and things as opposed to like the same 2 things. So the idea is, Zavala chimes in and says that like, Saladin is like a mentor and a protector, and he should be doing that with Crow like he did with Zavala back in the day. Saladin is very grumpy and doesn't like this. This is pretty much the same dynamic we had back in Season of the Chosen. Crow might be pushing it a little bit far, I think, in the whole, like, show mercy to our enemies thing. Like, I get it, but I don't know. I get that the Lucent Hive are kind of a moral gray area, but he seems to be, like, becoming a little bit of a caricature of, like, a, peacemaker type person. I don't know. I wish he'd have a little bit different positions, rather than kind of the exact same thing, like, with every enemy race. Like, it made more sense with the Elixni because he had kind of bonded with them during his time with Spider and stuff, and during his like past connection as Uldren, but I don't know about the Hive and Savathun of all that. So that's this week's story, and then it's going to continue later on, and we will see what happens. But that wasn't the only story thing that happened this week. There was another round of 2 Truths and a Lie with Savathun, which involves, I think, okay, so it's Osiris is dead, Savathun is dead, the Witness created the darkness, and crap, what's the last one? I can't remember the last one, but I think the last one I thought was true. I can't remember the last one. Anyway, so like that was a new version of that that we haven't seen before. And so I have a bug, where some of you might have this too, where the icon for those little quest things are supposed to be right here. You're supposed to go through the lost sector of Quagmire, and you like go halfway through it, and then you go through the portal. If you did not like on your main character, you went through the, I think it was either the Finch quest or Parasite quest. There was a quest that made you go through all 3 lost sectors, but then if you do it on another character, it lets you skip that step. But it's like something happened with the game, like it doesn't register it or something. And the problem is now, like, so I went into those lost sectors on my 2 alts, and it like gives you the quest dialogue, like you'd never been there before, and it talks about the lost sector and stuff. I'm like, all right, well maybe I just have to run them all once. Did that. They still don't show up. They don't work. Oh wait, I gotta do deep sight. They still don't work. So I cannot do those for a powerful drop on 2 of my other characters, which is very annoying. I'm just guessing. I'm not actually trying to do this sequence correctly because I don't remember what it is. But so that's very irritating. I really don't like that that's happening. I tagged DMG. I don't know. They've got a lot of issues to work through, which I will also talk about here. But that one is one that's bothering me pretty badly. It's very annoying because like I also think this might be the case where if you don't have that, like if on your alt, I don't know if the lost, like the master lost sector or whatever rotates to Seventh Throne World. I don't know if it shows up for these alts either, because I remember there were some problems where you couldn't see the master lost sector on day 1 for some characters, and I think that might be related, but I didn't look and see where it is today. But I still need to do it for the arms and the chest exotics, so I'm hoping that is not the case, or else it may be impossible to get those the next time they rotate around, which is deeply annoying. Come on, I don't need any more armor. Ugh, this armor is never good rolls, by the way. It's just always terrible. So that's annoying. Another bug that happened this week is Rahul's Ascendant Alloy thing did not reset. I hear maybe the idea is that like it resets exactly 7 days after you bought the alloy, so that would be, I guess, later today for me. I don't remember when I bought it initially. Honestly, I don't even know if it was day 1. I assume it was, but I'm not 100% sure. That is something that's bugged. DMG did reply to my tweet for that and said that that was being looked at. But a more immediate pressing concern was this build that Error came up with, where I don't even know where to start, but like he combined a bazillion different things, including Enhance 1-2 Punch and Peregrine Greaves. And Enhance 1-2 Punch gives you enough time to use Peregrine Greaves on enemies and combine it with a bunch of other stuff, and that gives you some crazy multiplier where you're doing like 1.6 million damage every 5 seconds or so, because you use elemental wells and a bunch of other crap to refill your meter, and you could pretty much one-shot strike bosses. Obviously, this is something they want to kill before the raid race, so they have disabled Enhanced 1-2 Punch. I don't know what aspects of the build may still be able to work without that, but because still with regular 1-2 Punch and stacking all the other void stuff, I still think you can get up pretty high, because there's like increased melee damage within a bubble, increased melee damage with an overshield, like, and then all these different aspects and fragments for ad clearing and bonus damage, and there's just a lot of stuff. So I don't know if that's completely dead, but the enhanced 1-2 punch is just functioning like normal 1-2 punch for now. So be aware of that if you stumble across that video. They actually put a warning flag on the game when you log in that it's been disabled, so it's a little hard to miss. So that's what they're trying to curtail before the raid, and that will probably be back at some point. I'm just not even expecting these to be what I'm looking for, because they never are, but it's alright. I have not done the new moths yet. There's some lore there. I haven't read any new lore books I've unlocked. I don't know if I unlocked any this week yet, honestly. But I am... I spent a bunch of time today. Usually I just kind of focus on one character till I grinded everything out and then switch to a new character. But today I had to do this annoying step where if you try to do like the daily quest and you have maxed currency, it's going to ask you for 500 intel, and then it will not count that you already have 2,000. So you have to run a thing, spend 500, but when you end it, you're going to get another 20. So then you have 1520. So then you have to run it again and spend it again, and then you'll have enough to get 500. So what I've been doing is like made sure I've spent it on other characters and then switch to the next character, so that doesn't happen. You can just delete the whole stack of currency, which may be easier considering how often you get that stuff. And yet it's, all right, I think I got it. Damn. God. I used to be able to do this in 3. Maybe it changes. All right, whatever. All right, I gotta talk to Finch. Oh, I'm getting red bars of all the stuff I don't need. Perfect. So that's kind of annoying, but you know, whatever. I unlocked the perk this week that allows you to focus for weapons. I focused for about 6 different bows. None of them have been red border bows. I think I've gotten 1 red border bow ever. I think you need 5 for the seasonal one. In 2 weeks, you will unlock a perk where the first weapon you focus every week is guaranteed to be deep sight. So that's like kind of a guaranteed way to start on your patterns. All right, this is... All right, I can see my memory leak stutter starting to happen. If that happens to you, you're supposed to shut your game off, and then it should be fine after that. And we're getting pretty full up on stuff here. Nope, why did I switch? So what I'm kind of doing, I've just been working on, I'm trying to get my Outlaw unlocks at level 13. I'm not doing enhanced perks yet because I don't have any alloy. I am probably strong enough to start running some of the higher level stuff and maybe getting alloy. But in case you missed it yesterday, Joe Blackburn announced that they are both buffing drop rates of Wellspring weapons and having a pity timer for deep sight versions of those weapons, so it will be not the crazy grind that it is now. And then they're also buffing the rates of alloys. So from higher level activities that you get, what's it called? What am I thinking of? Oh, like if you get like gold and platinum and stuff. Yeah. If you get gold and platinum, then you will not see as few of ally drops. You'll get more ally drops from those. So maybe wait till like start hyper farming all this stuff and don't go like too crazy farming for red frames in Wellspring, because that is going to be buffed sometime next week, hopefully with reset, maybe later, I don't know. But yeah, so that is the current plan. I like this steady hands thing. The handling is very snappy. That's why I like Killing Wind on this too. But I'm just doing this public event for no real reason. But I think I'm almost done with the recap. I don't know. Oh, was that the end? Jeez. All right, and I've decoded my my rune chest, so perfect. I also, what I've been doing is I need to find the little mystery where you track the trail around the map for a while. That spawns in a different location every day. I think there's 5 total. Today in Destiny has the one listed as to where it is, so I'm going to probably do that after this, once I finish the weekly quest here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. No like crazy major story stuff, but the Saladin cutscene is pretty extensive. I don't know if it's like the most lore relevant thing ever, but it's very well animated, very cool. So I was happy to see that. There are a lot of bugs, a lot of things going on that are not the most amazing, but they're working on stuff. And I mean, this launched pretty smoothly, I would say, like generally speaking, in the grand scheme of major launches and things. So I'm gonna give them credit for that. And you know, it's not a huge deal. The stuff that's currently wrong, just I would not go crazy grinding things until they make that patch next week. So anyway, that is week 1 reset. I am going to get some pinnacles and things and try and get everything 1550 across the board, because I didn't do all my pinnacles last week, so I don't have time. And then I am not doing a day 1 raid race. I gotta cover it, so like I can't do both. So I'm just gonna watch the people who are like speedrunning it. I'll switch between a bunch of streams. I'll live tweet things and whatever. So and then I'll probably end up running it later. I don't know, once contest mode's off. I'm not good at contest mode. I mean, I can try, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna spend like 20 hours to try and clear a raid on day 1. So that's just not me. So I will be covering that from there. And then it occurs to me that maybe if I wait a couple weeks, then my child is going to be born, and I probably not going to have time to raid, but it's fine. I usually don't do a lot of raids until pretty far down the line anyway. But that's a challenge for another day. But yeah, that's this week. Always something new for the next couple weeks here at least, and then we will shift into kind of filler mode, and Guardian games are this season, so that's coming eventually, which is really weird. Still don't have a roadmap or anything like that, so we have no idea what secrets could be in store here. I still haven't done the exotic quest, whatever it's called. I didn't think I was high enough level for that. I was going to do that with my buddy, oops, but I never got around to it. But I started it, and then the person I was doing it with had to drop out, and I was like, I don't think I can solo this, so I'm going to go back and do that. Seems like a cool quest. I've heard the grenade launcher is really fun. But yeah, so anyway, that is all I've got, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.